Holy hell, it's been a while, boys. It's been about a month. Been busy, been out with the wife, taking the kids out, enjoying a little family time. Took a little bit of time off considering the black car was blowed the fuck up. And yeah, I want to give you guys a real quick update on things that are going on. Working on the orange car today. I'm getting the Maximum Motorsports anti-roll bar finished up, tidied up, whatever you want to call it. Check that thing out right there. It's pretty beautiful, if you ask me. If I can get a good view of it, you can kind of see what's going on there. Right now I got a jack underneath the muffler because I got to remove the mufflers in order to finish installing this bad boy. So basically what I got going on is I've got to put these bad boys on. These are the brackets. The arm comes over, connects to the hose, blah blah blah, connects via a couple of these little thingamadooders. So the reason why you gotta take the exhaust off is because the lower hanger that goes to the bottom of the muffler, that bad boy right there, yeah, see it comes off this side. See, this bolts up to the car, yeah, bolts and crap, yeah. So you got all this going on, flip it over. You gotta cut that little thing right there off, get it out of the way, because if not, the bracket and stuff, you know, this kind of interferes with all that junk. So I'm gonna work on yanking that out, and then once we get this anti-roll bar installed, we're gonna go over some stuff that's gonna go down this winter. Talk to you in a minute. Alright, so we got one side done already. I just took a Sawzall to it, chopped it right off. No big deal, pretty easy. As you can tell, the top side here, you got to cut this bar because I had to take it and flip it up. It was like this. Of course, you know, bottom went down here. Chopped it off the bottom of the muffler of the exhaust tubing there. That's all there was to it. I used that thing right there. Pretty simple. Alright, so next on this mug, you gotta connect their bracket up, put it up in there. On the other side of this, on the back, there's the upper control arm. Where the upper control arm bracket is, that basically butts up against it. And you gotta make sure this is up against the frame rail real good. You use this little bracket that came with the Maximum Motorsports deal. You'll bolt it to the bottom of the anti-roll bar, and bolt it up here. And then you'll basically use a jack on the bottom of the arm to help hold it up, push this up against it, and you're going to use a 5/16 drill bit to drill through it. Since I did buy the one that is a bolt in rather than just weld in, and I do that for a reason. So, and this right here probably would be nice. Let's see if we can't. We're gonna knock this up out of the way a little bit.
Subscribe now.
Now, if you're using a regular spring or something, I don't know if you can do that or not. But I just want to get that sucker out of the way. There we go. Now we can get the drill bit in there. Okay, there's that. So you got one hole. Good to go. I'm going to let's tighten this up real quick. So it'll quit freaking moving on me. We'll tighten that up. Looks like it's about a 13. 13's over there. So we're going to use 13. Not a 13. Let's try a 14. There we go. Grab this. Always make sure you got that bullshit in tight. Fucking pisses me off whenever I do that. Alright, tighten that up. Tighten this ply one up just a little bit. Get them somewhat tight. And again, I'm going to beat this out a little bit more. You gotta drill as straight as you can through this thing. Brake lines and everything right there. Boom, that's all there is to it. So basically what I've done was I drilled the hole through this side and drilled it all the way through. You gotta drill it as straight as you possibly can. And then you'll go to the bottom side and do the same thing. That's all there is to it, man. Alright guys, so basically I'm done for the damn night. I had to take a little break because the wife went out and I had to babysit the kids, so I didn't get a whole lot done. Basically the anti-roll bar is basically all the way completely finished. Let me get my phone out here and I'll get my light. As you can tell right there, that bracket is pretty nifty. They send that bracket so you can line everything up, and you basically put a jack under the front of the anti-roll bar arms, and then that helps push it up against the frame rail, and then you make sure that everything is nice and lined up. As you can tell, the bottom bracket there hits the perch for basically the spring, the bracket, or the brace basically on the car. On the other side it'll hit the upper control arm brace. The only thing I got left to do is take those bolts back out of the bracket up on the frame rail and drill a 1/2 inch drill bit, take a 1/2 inch drill bit and basically drill through the outer hole, and that'll be about it. Alright, now that we got the holes and everything drilled through the frame rail all the way through for the bracket, now we got to take a 1/2 inch drill bit, and we're only going to drill through this side. You don't want to drill all the way through, just through this side, so when you hit this, stop. Alright guys, so basically what I got going on here is that I've taken the bracket back loose because we've drilled our 5/16 holes through here, and I went ahead and drilled a 1/2 inch hole. And you only want to take this 1/2 inch hole on this side. You don't want to go completely through. Basically the reason why I do that is because of these right here. You're going to stick these in here. You might have to wall it out a little bit more than what I did here to make it fit. But basically, to get that sleeve to fit inside there, you're going to take you a drill bit or something, and you're going to stick it in here and bottom it out. And then you're going to take you a Sharpie and mark it. And then you're going to transfer that Sharpie mark onto this piece right here, onto the sleeve. You're going to come from here and you're going to put your mark down here and you're going to chop it off. So that way it sits up in here nice and flush. Alright guys, so basically we're finished up with the bracket and everything and the anti-roll bar on the car. All there's left to do now is to remount the bracket up after you drill your 1/2 inch hole through and get your sleeve put in. Take the L brackets off that came with the kit that was used to basically mount everything up. Lower the car on the ground, and then when you do that, get your end links for the anti-roll bar, and you're going to get the bottom of the anti-roll bar nice and level with the bracket on the car. And when you do that, make sure they're free on both sides so there's no binding or whatever on the car. And you're going to make sure that you measure the rear end out, make sure the rear end is square as it can be. Basically that's all there is to this kit. It's just to make sure everything's nice and level, and make sure your end links ain't like vertical, like make sure they're not leaning forwards or backwards or in and out, all that stuff. Make sure they're nice and straight. But yeah, that's all there is to it, guys. It's fairly simple. Hopefully this thing works out, because it was kind of a pain in the butt to do. But anyways, that's all I've got for you for this one. And if you don't care, like the YouTube channel, the video, and subscribe to us. And yeah, that'll be all I got for you. Talk to you later.